Okay, so in this lesson, we are going to perform composite transformations and find the original location of a point that underwent one. So, and go backwards, basically. We're going to go forwards and backwards with composite transformations. Now, before we begin a composite transformation, composite is like when you put things together. So it just means more than one transformation. Now, for some reason, just so you know, you would think that this was the first transformation and this was the second. But for some reason, don't ask me why, it's in reverse. So this is the first thing that happened. This is the second. So reflection over the y-axis. Over the y means negative x comma y, and this one is x plus 3 y plus 4. Okay, so let's take this and do over the x-axis first. So let's just do that one here, and then we'll do the last one here. Okay, so negative x, so that's negative 3. And the y stayed the same, 4. Okay, now let's do the translation. So plus 3 would get me 0. And then plus 4 would get me 8. Not too bad. So remember that this is actually the first one, transformation. This is the second transformation. So reflection over the y-axis, that would be x. Oops. Just like the other one, that would be negative x comma y. And rotation of 90 degrees clockwise is y negative x. Okay, so let's do this rotation first. So the y should come here. Well, let's label this first, x and then y. Yeah, the y should come over here. Okay, and then the x comes over here, and it becomes the opposite, so negative 2. Not too bad. Now let's go to the original. Well, let's do one more. So then it was reflected over the y-axis. So that one becomes positive. The x becomes positive, and then the y stays the same. Not too bad. Okay, these are the ones that kind of throw me for a loop a little bit because I got to think backwards and stuff. So remember that this was the first thing done and this is the second. So translation, so that's x plus 2 and then y minus 3 was the second thing we did, and reflect. Let's just change this. Let's make it over the x. I don't know why I put y so many times. Over the x-axis, so this would be x negative y. Okay, so this is the first thing, and then this happened. So I added 2 to get to 3. So I used to be at 1. I subtracted 3 to get to 4, so I used to be at 7. Okay, and then the very first thing I did was this. So the x stayed the same. The 7 is the opposite of what it used to be, so it's negative 7. Okay, not too bad so far. So reflection across the y-axis. I don't know why I liked this y-axis so much, but I guess we can deal with this one. Oh, first one, and then second one, and then we got this point right here. So this was negative x y. Rotation 90 degrees clockwise would be negative y x. Remember, this is the first thing we did, and then here's the second thing, and then we got the 2, negative 5. So the x used to be negative 2. The y was the same. And okay, so here, then before this, I did this rotation. So the x is now over here, so the x is actually -5. And then the y was moved to the front. Hold on, I always got to think about this. So this was the x, nothing happened to it. Nothing happened to it, it just got moved. So it does go in front. And this is the y here. And it was moved and the opposite, so it is at 2. Okay, so let's try this. So -5 was moved to the right, The 2 was moved to the front, yes. And it was the opposite, yes. And then it was made the opposite for the 2, so it became positive, and the y stayed the same. All right, cool. Thank you.